My name is Karl Cerverena. I am originally from, or I was born in Iceland, but I'm half Honduran and 1/4 Norwegian and 1/4 Icelandic. Karl is just like it's originally a Dutch name. My dad's name is Carlos, and Cerve is an Icelandic name, and it's kind of like a family name. Most of the males in my family have Cerve as a middle name, and Reina is Spanish, and it's my dad's last name, and his family they all have the last name Reina, and it was like a royal name back in the day when my dad's grandpa's brother was the president of Honduras, so that's where that comes from. Oh, and it means queen. And Cerve means somebody who throws spears, and Karl means king. Before I was here, I was in the States in high school, living with my mom and her husband. And I just really wanted to move back here because I like Iceland. And my plan was to go to university and become a male nurse. But when I got here, they said that that I couldn't go straight from university from high school to university, so they told me I had to finish mentaskóli. And so I went to mentaskóli for 1.5 years, or 3 semesters, and I did the IB program, and I was essentially just learning the same things again, so I didn't really pay much attention in class, just kind of partied a lot. And then I dropped out like almost 2 years ago. I guess I do tend to seek people that are not Icelandic to be friends with, at least depending on what kind of an Icelandic person they are. But I feel like people that have lived in different countries maybe have a different perspective, and I like that perspective better than people that have just lived in Iceland. I would say that I'm a bit of both, maybe more so encapsulated marginal, because here I have a hard time like knowing what to do in situations sometimes with people, but I wouldn't say that I'm boundaryless. I do have boundaries, but yeah, and I feel at home. I mean, like when I moved here, I loved this place. I thought it was so cozy, but then like three weeks later, it's just don't like this room anymore. So I rearranged it. The couch used to be over there, and now that feeling is past too. So I'm just ready to get out of this country. So yeah, I feel like after a few years of me staying somewhere, or a year of me staying somewhere, I get sick of it pretty fast. I'm on the bus now. Finally it came. It's pretty late actually, like usual. We're going to Simpson, where we're going to meet our friends. I think it's going to be a good, I've never actually talked to them about something like this before, so it'll be nice to hear what they have to say. Okay, so we had to move from Simpson because there was a lot of people and it was too loud. So we are in Café Rot. This is the prayer room. This is where people come to pray. As you can see, all the Jesus stuff around. Anybody want to start?
My name's Anna Zahovic, and I was born in Poland. I spoke Polish at home. And I moved to Iceland when I was 9 months old, and went to Norway for 2 years when I was 5, and returned back to Iceland.
I'm born in Iceland. I moved to Sweden when I was 4. By the time we learned to speak Swedish, we spoke Swedish together all the time. Then I moved to Spain. Then when we learned Spanish, me and my brothers spoke Spanish all the time, and I spoke always Icelandic with my parents. And then in Luxembourg, I moved to Luxembourg, and I also always spoke Spanish with my brothers and Icelandic with my parents.
My name is Stefan Laxdal. I was born in Denmark. Moved to Iceland when I was 1 year old. Moved to Norway when I was 4, and was raised there. Then I moved back to Iceland 4 years ago, and I spoke mostly Icelandic at home, except for the words I didn't know in Icelandic. I just fell in with Norwegian.
I tend to think that people view me as Polish because I speak the language perfectly and I don't have any, communication problems. But I don't connect with those people at all. I don't feel that I have anything in common with them. So I feel kind of strange, like a stranger in that country.
Well, I mean, it's sort of the opposite for me. When I'm in Norway, I just sort of automatically become the person I was when I lived there. So it's become sort of like a two-personality thing, where when I'm there speaking Norwegian, I just become different the way I was back then. While I'm in Iceland, I'm the Icelandic me, but I don't think that people see me in any other way. I mean, I feel like I never left, and I'm not sure what people think of me. They think me as the Icelander or the Norwegian or whatever, but if people don't know where I'm from, they always assume I'm Norwegian.
Okay, yeah, in Iceland, here, if you get a job and you're excited about it, and then you start talk to it with someone, and then it's a usual question asking them, how much do you earn? How much do you get an hour? That's fine. That's a normal question. Nobody thinks anything bad about it. It's standard. But in Luxembourg or in Spain, if you were to ask someone, how much do you get an hour, or how much do you get by month if you have a contract or something, that'd just be kind of rude.
When I look back, I see that I've changed, but how it happened or what taught me to change, I honestly don't know. It was just environment, I suppose. I just saw what other people were doing, and I just sort of, like you said, adapted to that, tried to follow that. I'd try something, if it didn't work, if I offended someone, I just didn't try it again.
Yeah, I just kind of found it out by observing people. I would go to, I went to some summer camp in Poland in 2007 when I was 15 or something. And I noticed how the girls there were really shy about talking about boys. And I thought that was pretty strange because in Iceland, you're all open about everything. And I had to slow down a little bit about the talking. Well, the teacher had been told by some of the girls that I talked dirty, so she came to have a talk with me and called my parents. And after that, I tried to behave.
If there had been something to help me along the way, then, I wouldn't have dropped out of school for a year, and I would still be, I'd probably be finished with school by now.
Yeah.
But it was either, learn in an Icelandic school where you have no idea what's going on, or go to, IB, English speaking, which was insanely difficult. And it was just those two choices, and you had nothing else to choose from.
I have a shirt that says "Lost in Iceland," and my friends are like, you're allowed to wear that because you're truly lost here sometimes, which is true.
True.
Because I've lived outside of this country most of my life, so I don't really think of myself too much as Icelandic. I just say it because I was born here.
Because there's a difference. Because we, even though we're Icelandic and, we lived here for a certain amount of time and we're Icelandic, but we still, we are the ones being filmed right now because of a reason. Because we've seen other parts of the world and we've experienced other things than a normal Icelandic person who's lived here their entire life has. And so we have, you could say, outside information. And so we're talking about pure Icelandic people that lived there their entire life and haven't gone outside of Iceland, And that's not us. That's them.
I sort of relate with some things to other people that have lived in foreign countries, like the difficulty of having to start speaking when you're learning the language, and or just how you have a hard time getting people to know you and you getting to know them and friends and all those things. But since I moved to Iceland, I already spoke Icelandic. I didn't really have that much trouble, except for I always have an accent, and I always make errors when I'm speaking, and then that's why I sometimes feel more comfortable expressing myself with my foreign friends, because I speak English and I have so much easier time expressing myself then. But I have a lot of Icelandic friends, and I always hang out with them a lot, and I usually speak Icelandic then also. I force them to speak Icelandic with me too, even if some of them don't like it, because they think I speak wrong.
I mean, me and you, we
I'm talking about you, buddy.
yeah, well, we almost only speak English.
Never mind. Anyway. Yeah. But I can also relate to Icelandic people, but not too much though, because most of them that I know have always lived here and only know that, and they think it's so amazing when I tell them, like, I've gone to France, I visited this, and they're like, oh wow. And I think it's and I also know a lot of people that also travel regularly and have seen those things, and they're like, oh yeah, I've been there. So I usually relate more with them, and I just have sometimes a lot of trouble comprehending how it is to live somewhere for such a long time and how that may affect you, because I have no idea how that works, because I've never had the chance to do it.